Hello everyone. In this video, we would be doing the explanation of the new poem for class 9 students, and the name of the poem is The Road Not Taken, and it is written by Robert Frost. So basically in this poem, the poet Robert Frost is trying to explain us that in life we face certain situations in which we have to make a choice. Either we have to choose option 1 or the second option, and that is what creates the difference in our life for the future. Basically we cannot choose both the options. For example, now you are in ninth. In the next few years you will be in 11th, and when you will reach in 11th class you have to make a choice that whether you want to take PCM, PCB, commerce or humanities. So that choice of yours is going to affect all the decisions in your life in the future, right? So that is what the poet is trying to explain us in the poem, that whatever choice we make affects us in the future. So in the very beginning it is written like, it was autumn time and the poet was standing on a junction in the yellow forest where two roads were getting diverged or separated in two different directions. One was right and the other was left. Now the poet was upset as he was the lonely traveler. He was all alone and he could not he could not walk on both the roads at the same time. For example, you are standing on the road and two roads are being separated, so you cannot walk on both the roads at the same time. You can do one thing, that you can go on one road and then come back and then move to the second road, but at the same time you cannot travel on both the roads. So that is why the poet is also upset. Now the poet looks and observes basically both the roads for a very long time, and as far as he could see, he saw that the roads are being bent. They are being bent over, and at a certain point of time they are getting disappeared in the bush or undergrowth, because it is forest. So yes, there are bushes and undergrowth. Here undergrowth, in this poem, the undergrowth is the unseen world that we have to face because of the choice that we make. For example, you make a choice, you take PCB. So by taking PCB, now you don't know what future holds for you. You take PCB that you want to become a doctor, but are you sure that you will? I really hope that if you are, planning for taking PCB, then you should become a doctor if you want to. But future is very much uncertain. You are not sure what the future holds for you. So that is what they are talking about in the poem. Now the two roads, both the roads symbolize two ways in life, that I told you earlier, that it was the dilemma of the poet to which road he should travel. As the first road bent in the undergrowth, here it is mentioned very clearly, the unknown world, the unknown future. Whereas the second road was claiming a better future as it was grassy and not worn out. Not worn out means that many people have not traveled on that road. It was grassy, people have not traveled on that road. It has not been blackened by the footsteps of the people. I hope this much is understood to everyone. Now the poet tries to modify his thoughts in a comparative mode. He starts comparing both the roads, disadvantages and advantages of both the roads. And the day when he was standing at the junction on the crossroad, he saw that both the roads were almost in the same condition. They were not in the morning. A lot of people haven't walked on the road, and the poet's independent spirit was not following the crowd. He was like, I won't follow the crowd, I won't go on the road where a lot of people have walked. I will go on the road where less people have walked, as I wanted to make a difference in life. See, in life generally people prefer getting a job. That is what everyone wants, that is what the crowd is going towards. And the the thing, like for people, for example, people prefer business. Some people prefer opening a business, starting up a business, or they think of becoming something else, maybe doctor or engineer or maybe IS officer. So that is something people are not running for, right? So that is what the poet is trying to say. People become painter, writers, authors. So that is what the poet is trying to say, that he was not someone who is going to follow the crowd. He wanted to follow his own will. Now both the roads in front of the poet were almost in the same condition that I told you, as no leaves were turned blackened. Both the roads were almost in the same condition. There were leaves on the roads, but they were not blackened out. That means people have not traveled till yet. Now, what the poet decides, that he keeps the first road for another day, as he cannot travel both, as I told you in the very beginning. And yet, he knew that he cannot, the other day, the next day will never come. For example, you take PCV and you will do your 11th and 12th, and you whatever you know in your future, whatever course you go in, will you be that kind of person, or will you be able to again do your 11th by choosing another stream? No, you cannot do so. So that is what the poet is saying. He chose the second road, the less traveled road, and he said that he will travel the first road some other day. But he knew in his own self that the other day will not come ever, because once the time has gone, it will not return for anyone. Time is something very precious to everyone, and people should understand it, that time is not going to wait for anyone, either it be a rich person or a poor person. Now, in the future, poet takes a deep breath, and he said that he has reached a point, by choosing one of the two roads, one of the two options, and he chose the less traveled road, which created a huge difference in his life. What if he took the first road? He would go with the crowd. No one would have known him. But he took the second road, he took the less traveled road, where people were not going for, that crowded area. He took something else, and now whatever he had done, he's a poet. We all know him. We all know him. Like literally, the entire world knows who Robert Frost is. But who the people who work, who do job, who are employed in a company, they are not known to a lot of people in their lifetime. So that is the kind of difference that he created in his life. And in the very last, the message that he is trying to give us is that in life we should be very careful while making the choice, as our future totally depends on it. So, with this, the explanation of the poem is completed. I hope you enjoyed it and you were able to understand it. But if you find any problem, you can write in the comment section. I'll be very happy to answer all your doubts. Thank you, everyone.